In our morning rounds, video games and your kids. 97% of teenagers and preteens say they play them. About a third admit at least one of their favorites is rated mature or adults only, often because of the violent content. Well, a new study finds a link between violent games and aggressive behavior in children. Dr. Harold Koplewicz is a child psychiatrist and president of the Child Mind Institute and joins us at the table. Hello, Harold Koplewicz.
Good morning.
Seems like we have been hearing about this information for years, that there's a correlation. What makes this study different and so important to you?
I think it's a very good study in the respect that it's a large sample. There are over 3,000 kids who were interviewed for the study over 2 years, and they were interviewed 3 times about how often they play games, what kind of games they're playing, and what kind of effect it has on them. It has one limitation that we should note is that they only are relying on self-report. That means the kids are giving us the information. We're not getting information from teachers or from parents. But the kids are telling us that the longer they play and the more they play aggressive games, they start thinking in an aggressive way and they have more aggressive attitudes. That's not necessarily a link to violence, but that does tell us that the exposure, particularly for young kids, does have a negative effect in the way they think.
Any difference in boys and girls?
Surprisingly not, and that's the other nice part about this sample, is that it's girls and boys, ranging from 8 years to 17 years of age, and girls are just as sensitive to this as boys are.
But what's the difference between watching violent movies? I mean, we have so much violence on television now. How is that any different than playing a violent video game?
I think there's a very big difference. It's almost a virtual reality kind of experience, and it's very different than when my kids were playing games. I mean, my kids are 25 to 30, and if you remember, like Pac-Man, you know, bing, bing, you know, you could get so bored so quickly. But today, it's a very engaging, interactive experience, and that's what we have to be concerned about, because you're exposing kids to potentially very inappropriate material and also very aggressive material. I can tell you that recently someone asked me to, I asked someone about their 13-year-old son for their birthday, what I should get, and the mother said, oh, buy this video, Grand Theft Auto. And I said, okay, and then I went online, and when I saw the content, I thought, well, you know, I'm allegedly a top child psychiatrist, I'm not going to give them a videotape about prostitution, which really speaks to the fact that parents have to really be more involved. They have to monitor, they have to understand how much time they're doing it, and if they don't know what the video is, they should go to the store and ask them to show it to them.
You're not surprised by this, but the Entertainment Software Association gave us this response, quote, there is simply no concrete evidence that video games cause harm. Scores of independent medical authorities and scientific experts have found repeatedly that there is no connection between video games and real-life violence.
And that's the key, Charlie. We're not talking about violence here. We're talking about aggressive thinking and aggressive attitudes. We can't make the jump.
We have to wrap it up. I'm so sorry. It's such an interesting topic, Dr. Harold Koplewicz. Thank you so much.